Welcome to my point of view. I am your fat and opinionated host, and the CEO of Anheuser-Busch has been making the rounds lately. I believe he appeared on the CBS morning show and various other news shows discussing all of this drama that has been going down with Bud Light. Now, for the most part, he has just been talking in circles, reiterating some of the same things we already heard him say months ago. But one thing he said really stuck out to me. He basically said something along the lines of, the boycotters who are boycotting Bud Light need to think about the employees of Anheuser-Busch and Bud Light who are being affected by the boycott. Basically, placing the blame on all of us for what has happened to Bud Light's employees. But the blame is not on us. None of us hired a grown man in a dress to twirl around a hot tub while sipping beer, promoting it to 12-year-olds on TikTok. Last time I checked, I had nothing to do with that. And none of my viewers did either. None of us, not a single person working outside of Bud Light had anything to do with that nonsense. But he wants to place the blame on us. It's our fault that Bud Light has lost so much money. It's our fault that the employees are hurting right now, and some are going to lose their jobs or they'll be laid off. And he says that we need to think about that. Well, guess what? I thought about it, and I don't care. I don't care, not even the slightest bit. Because it's not our fault what they decided to do. And if he really wants to make a difference, hey, how about you quit? Step down as CEO right now. Apologize for what your company did. Step down, and maybe things will get a tad bit better for your Bud Light Anheuser-Busch employees. But no, they want to place the blame on us for the financial problems that they're dealing with, which, yes, I mean, the boycott is what caused it, but it's not like we all sat around and was like, hey, let's boycott Bud Light for no reason. No. There was a clear-cut reason why people stopped buying Bud Light. And every week that goes by, more and more information comes out, and we keep catching Bud Light sponsoring these weird events where grown men expose themselves in front of kids. It's like they can't control themselves. They've lost billions upon billions upon billions of dollars. And even though the message is clear, we have sent the message, and they know what our problem is, they're not just doubling down. They're not just tripling down. They're not just quadrupling down. They are mega-dupling down. And I don't even know if that's a word, but that's what they're doing. Because day in and day out, it seems like every other freaking day, I'm looking at another perverted event where dudes that dress up as women are reading to kids, or dudes that dress up as women are twerking on stage in front of kids, are dudes who are just butt naked riding in bicycles around kids, dressed up as dogs, and you name it, and Bud Light's just there sponsoring it. As they lose so much money. They're losing so much money, but no matter how much money they lose, they still have enough money to fork out to sponsor these weird events that they have no business sponsoring. No company has any business sponsoring these type of events where adults basically illegally expose themselves in front of kids. But Bud Light cannot help themselves. It's more important to them to sponsor these events than it is to sell beer. And they've made that clear. Because if beer was what was most important, if their customers were what was most important, Bud Light would not be sponsoring these events. They say, oh, okay, backlash because of Dylan Mulvaney. Okay, all right. Well, let's go sponsor an event where 15 Dylan Mulvaneys are dancing around in front of kids. It makes no sense. And then they go on, oh, but the boycotters need to think about the employees. Are y'all not thinking about the employees every single time you sponsor one of these events? You're dragging out the boycott even longer. You're placing yourself back in the headlines. You're gaining a lot of attention because we're still watching. So the employees of Bud Light and Anheuser-Busch, don't come looking at us when you lose your jobs. Look at your company and realize that even after losing over $20 billion, they're still deciding to sponsor this nonsense. And all of the money your distributors are losing, they don't care. They are allowing their company to crash and burn in the name of wokeness. And if that's what they want, that's what they'll get. And the employees of Anheuser-Busch, you need to look at the people who employed y'all. Because they've made it clear that they don't care about y'all. They care about drag events. They care about grown men exposing themselves in front of kids. They've put their money where their mouth is. And unfortunately, their mouth is somewhere, I can't even explain where their mouth is. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments, though. While you're down there, hit the thumbs up, hit that subscribe, and remember to always remain opinionated.